And if you're still scrambling, listen, you're not alone. You've got until 11:59 p.m. tomorrow to file. And if you think your refund is going straight to bills or to pay off the debt, think again.
Yeah.
With the rising cost of living, new data shows many people are actually putting that money toward their love lives.
Wow, that's right. It's called love flation.
Love the name.
Right? That's from how couples file to how they spend. Romance, finances, taxes are more connected than ever to your love life. Joining us now, financial expert Farnoosh Torabi, who's going to help us avoid costly mistakes and make smart moves for your finances and hopefully for your love life as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Farnoosh.
Hi, how are you?
Farnoosh was joking. She very much knows the taxes are due tomorrow.
I do.
If somebody hasn't filed yet,
Yeah.
last minute, we're down to the wire. Anything they should know or they should do right now?
Look, at the end of the day, the IRS wants three things from us. At the end of the day, they want your W-2s or your 1099s that shows your income earned in 2025. They want to know your social security number, and they want your bank routing information. So if you have those three things, you're like 80% there. So begin the filing process. Don't pretend it doesn't exist, because then you will face penalties, and then your life gets a little hairier.
Yeah.
That was my next question. If someone can't file on
Yeah.
time, you should. But if
Right.
you can't file on time, what are the options and what are the penalties?
So you can always file for an extension, Form 4868. That's going to give you 6 extra months till October to file, but not to be confused with an extension of payment. So if you think you do owe taxes, pay as much as you can by April 15th to avoid those penalties. There's no average penalty, but it's a formula, and then there potentially is interest. So it's in your best interest to there's calculators online that can help you figure that out.
And just to be clear with folks, you can file an extension as to when your taxes are due.
Yes.
But if you owe, the clock is ticking on interest starting April 15th.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I recently found out.
Yeah, like even if you get an extension, if you got to pay,
exactly. You got to pay.
What is something people could do like right now today? Maybe help set them up for a better refund now or in the future?
Yeah, so get educated on the credits. That's money back in your pocket, and there have been some updates to that since last year. So earned income tax credit, child tax credit, that's actually gone up this year to, I think, $2,000 per qualifying child. There's a savers credit if you contributed to a retirement account. That is really the hottest thing, because that's money right back in your pocket.
Nice.
And we're hearing that term, love flation. Love that. What exactly does that mean?
So it's literally the cost of connection. So inflation has been raising all of our costs, including our cost to go out and date and all the things. I've partnered with Louis Jadot, which is the top-selling red and white wine in America. They commissioned a survey. They asked 2,000 Americans, how is loveflation, or the cost of connection, impacting your finances? They're like, look, we're not dating anymore. 1 in 4, 25%. And to bring it back to taxes, 46% say they're going to use some of their refund, hopefully if they get one, to put towards their love life, which I kind of like. I like that idea.
The IRS paying for your date.
Yeah, I love that.
Uncle Sam.
Let him.
The third wheel on the date.
Well, we've already got Uncle Sam telling us how much time we can be on social media, so why not? How does filing jointly versus filing as a family or as a couple impact your taxes? And is there any wiggle room there, or is it just cut and dried?
You can do either filing jointly or filing separately, but I'll tell you that the IRS tends to favor filing jointly, that status. You typically have more access to credits and deductions. There are exceptions, though. There are plenty of couples that choose to file separately. For example, if you are expecting if you want to deduct your medical expenses, that is a deductible expense, but it has to be 7.5% of your income before you can start to deduct. So the lower your income threshold, the more likely you'll qualify. If you file jointly, suddenly your income goes up, right? Because it adds up the salaries. So in that case, sometimes you file separately. If there are student loan payments that you're trying to deal with, sometimes that makes sense. Always talk to a professional if you're not sure.
And for couples and singles who are actually making financial decisions based on their relationship goals, what is the one thing that they should know?
I mean, you got to start planning. I mean, we're talking the day before taxes, but if that was you, if you are a procrastinator this year, plan it out for next year. I always say our goals carry price tags, but also tax implications, usually good ones, right? Starting a business, buying a home, expanding your family, that comes with deductions and credits. So good to know about these things ahead of time so that when you get that refund, you can spend it more intentionally. And if you are someone who's wondering how to spend my refund this year, I always say cover your basics first, your savings. Right now, people are we're living in an uncertain time.
Yeah.
So 6 to 9 months of savings, high interest credit card debt. These are the priorities. And then do reserve a little bit for fun, for connection.
Yeah.
The Pinot Noir, Louis Jadot.
Right?
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. You know, you don't have to go out and spend huge money on a 4-course Michelin-starred restaurant. Dinner at home, a bottle of wine at home, cooking at home. My husband and I, our wedding anniversary during COVID, we ate in our cars.
Right.
We got takeout and we ate in our cars because you know what? It was not in the house where my kids were, and it was like the most special thing because we had to get creative. And we remember that one more than any other. Like, do you remember the random dinner on your 9th anniversary? No, but that one we remember.
And it's the simple things that matter too, right? Make it,
100% agree. And I have those 3 jars at home: save, spend, Pinot Noir. Those are the 3
Louis
jars
Jadot,
that I have. Louis Jadot. Farnoosh, thank you so much.
you.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. Get your taxes done, folks. And if you would like more financial advice, you can always follow Farnoosh on Instagram at Farnoosh Torabi.